Everybody, we're back. I'm Rich Tillery. I'm your host here today for the FA Production Studios. We're being broadcast on the Florida Aviation Network, and we're coming to you live here at Stunt and Fun 2012 here in beautiful Lakeland, Florida. And we're on the back right now. Our backdrop is going to be we're right back here on the Seaplane Pilot Association. They want me to call it a patio, but because we're in the South, we're just going to call it a porch. I'm back here on the porch here at Stunt and Fun, and we've got one of the Airshow performers here joining us right now. He's going to help me talk a little bit about some of the stuff at Stunt and Fun, some of the stuff that he's going to be doing during the show. His name is Corkey Fornof, and he's going to be he flies a LoPresti, right?
Yeah, the LoPresti Fury.
All right.
And I always thought you call this a veranda in the South.
Okay. Now my director wants me to call it a patio. I think it's a porch.
You say tomato, I say
tomato. All right, Corkey, tell us a little bit about. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and we'll satisfy the Airshow guys that want to watch the show. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be flying out here today.
Okay, I'm flying the LoPresti Fury, which is kind of like a Ferrari with wings. It's designed by Roy LoPresti. And he was one of the world's premier designers. He was chief design engineer at Grumman Aircraft, and then at Beechcraft, and then at Mooney, and world famous for his speeds and drag reduction. And he designed an airplane that he wanted for himself. And he had three criteria. The airplane had to be able to do 200 miles an hour on 10 gallons or less. It had to fly like a Mustang. And it had to have a luggage compartment big enough to carry 2 sets of golf clubs and a couple of suitcases. And he met his goal.
And now, and you're demonstrating the aircraft. And now,
in the air show, I'll be doing my full air show. I fly the same air show I used to fly in the P-51 Mustang with this airplane.
Okay, so and so you're going to put the aircraft through the same stresses?
Oh yeah, it's 4 points, 8-point rolls, Cuban 8s, vertical rolls.
And the aircraft is just sturdy enough to take all that stuff.
It's stronger than a billy goat, man.
That's great. Now, how long does your little act last out there?
It's about 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Mm-hmm. And you're in the air by yourself, obviously, putting it through all these tumbles and rolls.
They won't let me take any girls. I
no golf clubs in it, just 10 gallons of gas?
Just me in the airplane.
Okay. You're wearing your flight suit, right?
This is it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you
the
guys
hat comes off because it won't stay on,
yeah.
But this is it.
Great. Now, let's talk a little bit about you, because I know you're not new to aviation. You've been flying for several years.
I flew the first Sun and Fun with the BD-5 jet. I was a leader of the BD-5 jet team.
The first Sun and Fun, and that was back when it was a dirt runway.
No, it was hard surface. But I used the BD jet. I had did the test pilot work on that airplane, and then we formed a jet team for BD aircraft. And then we went to Sonic. We had Sonic as a sponsor, and we were called the Sonic Acrojets. And so we flew the first one here with that.
And so you've gone. So the first one was the BD jet. Now did you continue to come here?
Well, actually, I am an aerial director, stunt pilot in the film industry.
We talked about that before we went on the air, and because I saw you over there flirting with my wife, trying to impress her. And
she's winking back right now.
She's sitting off
Hi,
camera.
Baby.
Tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you have done for some of these. For some of the stars that you actually made them look like a real star.
My job is I work actually as they have a Virgin script. I'll get that and break down all the aviation scenes and recommend the airplanes, and then actually create the stunts we're going to do, create the scenes to tie the movie together where aviation's concerned, and have to hire my crew and the whole 9 yards.
Right.
But I've done over the years movies for Tom Cruise, Mission Impossibles. I've done the Flying In, the 747 down in the canyon. And then Harrison Ford's movies, 6 Days, 7 Nights. In fact, I set it up for him to do some of the flying. I think one of the interesting things is that the movies have taken me to, I've flown aerobatics and film work on every continent of the world except Antarctica. and over 300 different types of airplanes.
That's amazing.
Now, what it does, though, is it has put me in many dresses and wigs, doubling the women. And I like the dresses in the desert. They're cool in the desert. So
I'm just kind of like in awe right now. I mean, I'm putting in my head. Let's say
I have no idea how the hell
somebody
I ended
out there
up
right now is watching us. Somebody out there is watching us right now, and they're going, "Wow, that's amazing."
I'm an ugly woman.
That's why there's no close-ups, probably.
Well,
but like me, because a lot of guys will look at, especially some of these films out there, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and if you don't ever see the behind the scenes or how they did it, because a lot of the stuff I know early on they never did it. Now, they get into that. But people say, how do they, where do they go to find the guy that does this stuff? I mean, somebody just didn't call you and say, Corkey, hey, look, we're thinking about doing this, and you show up, and they go, and that's what you're flying.
Yeah, no.
Is that how that happens? And you go, I don't have any time in the Beaver. I don't have any time in the
It's very difficult to get into that line of work for several reasons. I had, back in the late 60s, early 70s, the FAA came to Art Scholl, myself, and Clay Lacey, and asked us to write a movie manual, because they had a lot of guys they were just picking up like that were crashing airplanes and hurting people. So we wrote the movie manual, since we were the main ones doing the film flying, and that's what the FAA has adopted. And now to go do any type of commercial production, you have to have a movie manual. And it's pretty much, basically, the FAA is saying, okay, you're our designee, and all I have to do is, to any region that we're filming in, is to send a plan of activities saying, I'm exercising my waiver, and this is what we're going to do. And we have all the landowners' permissions and all the government permits and all of that, and then I'm clear to go.
Now, how many people are? I mean, is there anybody? How many guys are like you out there right now doing this?
Really, only 2 with fixed wing. There's a number of them with helicopters, because you always use helicopters as camera platforms.
Right. Now, so even the guys that go out and actually do the filming for the movie, they
have to operate under my manual if I'm the aerial director.
Even though they're not really doing a whole lot of aerobatics, they still have to.
Got to be under my manual.
I guess because
and a lot of that has to do with the insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have a lot of things where.
Yeah, and of course they always say that that doing aerial photography stuff is more dangerous because.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, especially if the pilot's not paying attention to his flying, he's paying more attention to what the guy's shooting. Yeah,
actually, the hardest part of my job is with the actors around airplanes. Now, the actors aren't any problems, and particularly when I'm doing a film with Tom Cruise or John Travolta or Harrison, they're all avid pilots, so they know how to watch things.
Right.
But the main things you have to watch is you give a good safety briefing when you're filming around airplanes. I mean, even though we aren't turning a prop,
right,
I have to oversee and approve anywhere a lighting director wants to put a light, so that it doesn't fry a window on an executive jet or under a fuel tank or things of that nature. That's the hardest part.
So whenever they make movies, I think somebody was talking about making movies early in one of our interviews. Now, when you're out there on the set, it doesn't take 2 days to do it.
Well, it depends. TV, you'll do 2 takes and you live with what you shot. On a feature film, you could shoot the same scene 27 different ways.
Over a series of days.
Yeah. An average movie is 120 days is what they shoot for to film. And if they say, which is 3 months, they say 3 months, you're going to be there 4. And I'm usually on a film about 9.5 to 10 months.
Wow.
Because I go in the beginning, work the script, then I have to hire a crew. You have all the scouting around the world wherever you're going to film.
Right.
And each department head has to approve that location so that everybody says, yeah, we can work here, we have what we need. And then you go back, like on 6 days, 7 nights, we went back to the U.S. I hired my crew, 13 mechanics I had, and then I had to go buy 7 Beavers, because you use them for a lot of different things, and you have to have backup.
Right.
You can't have a problem with one and not have a backup right there. Then you do the filming, and after the filming, we have to pull the airplanes apart, ship them back to the U.S., and then sell them. And a lot of times you'll always keep a couple of them as they are, so that if you have to do any retakes, if the film gets screwed up or something of that nature, and you have to shoot retakes.
Yeah, I guess they do that kind of sporadically. They'll go ahead and get the aerial scenes out of the way, even though they're working on other stuff.
Not really. You'll go the whole time. They never shoot the movie in sequence. I mean, most of the time you're shooting
Hodgepodge?
the end and the middle, and
Yeah, right.
they tie all the scenes together.
Whatever's
as best they
convenient
can.
based on weather and activity and
Well, partly.
seasonal stuff.
Partly, but
Yeah.
pretty much it's because all actors except for the main actors aren't there the whole film shoot.
Right.
So if they have certain actors, they'll bring them in and try and get their work out of the way,
Right.
and then they can send them off.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. Makes it kind of nice for everybody.
Yep.
Now let's talk about a little bit more about what you're going to be doing and the aircraft that you're flying.
I'm going to be flirting with all the girls.
You're going to be flirting with
No,
all the.
not that. I mean, getting the
Stay over there,
airplane
honey.
ready. She's still winking
Stay over
at
there,
me. She's still.
Yeah. Well, we were drinking wine with some guys last night or something, and she's impressed by pilots.
Oh,
That's why
she
she's
should.
married one.
She should be.
But now your crew that you have out here, are you a single man crew? Or are you?
Yeah, pretty much this airplane is so simple I can handle everything myself.
Okay. Yeah.
But we have, of course, being a trade show, we have people from LoPresti because we manufacture a number of things. We have boom beam lights, which are HID lights, which are about 6 times more
Right.
powerful.
Oh,
than,
yeah,
than
and they
the,
last forever.
regular, at 5,000 hour guarantee.
Exactly, guarantee. And speaking of those boom beam lights, I don't think anybody's ever cashed in on that.
No.
Because they just don't burn out.
No, and we've got
They can-
executive jets going crazy over them now, and as we get, more of those certificated, they're,
Yeah. Now, are you and your crew staying in an RV out here? Are they whining and
No,
dining in a real
we
life
actually
hotel?
are staying in a rented house in Winter Haven, and and then open the booth every day. We're in booth 32N.
Okay.
That's where
so
I have the Fury.
That's where you guys are at right now.
Correct.
Okay. So now, once you guys conclude here, what's your next stop?
I have to leave Friday because there is a car rally that's going to end up at the Sebastian Airport, and the people in this charity rally are a number of ex-Formula One race car drivers and Indy drivers. David Hobbs, who narrates all the Formula One races, will
yeah.
be there as the MC. Brian Redmond, who's a friend of mine, and some of the unsers are in it. And when they finish this rally, they're going to have a cocktail party in a hangar, and I'm going to fly a private air show for them.
Is that right?
Yep.
You're going to show them how it's done, huh?
No, just go have fun.
How many seats you got in that thing?
2.
You ever take anybody else with you?
Oh, yeah.
You allowed to?
Yes, sirree.
Okay.
You
stay
wanna
away from
go?
my wife. No.
Your wife goes first.
You stay away from my wife.
She goes first.
Oh, man. Oh.
I gave a speech about 2 weeks ago at Dallas at the Women in Aviation Convention. I give talks on my movie flying.
I was asking if I was going to ask if you do anything else other than fly.
Oh yeah, no, I give
Movies.
about 10 talks a year.
Good.
On filming in the movies and that sort of thing, and it was great. The women seem to come up with the best questions.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Well,
it's because you're a fantastic guy. The thing is
I thought it was because they thought I was cute.
Well, that
Yeah,
too.
it's-
Well, see, the thing
I
is,
don't
this guy loves himself. The thing is you can't love anybody else until you love yourself. This guy can love a lot of
I
people.
just have fun. I have no idea how I ended up where I am.
You seem like a very happy
it
guy.
was. I was.
How come we never met that you and I haven't never done an interview before?
Because you don't have long hair.
Oh, yeah, well, I have to cut it because I'm a pilot examiner.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Well,
you know
great.
that? Yeah,
No.
I do helicopters and airplanes.
Shoots,
Yeah,
man.
man. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. You don't think I'm a pilot?
No, I don't doubt
I
you're
don't look like a pilot.
I'm not going to say whether you look like a pilot or not, but
No, I do both helicopters and airplanes.
Fantastic.
I do check rides and stuff like that. But right now we're giving up all of our busy stuff so I can be one of the volunteers out here to make sure this air show comes off without a hitch, just like my camera crew.
Oh,
They're all volunteers.
guys, I appreciate
Volunteer.
you, all the volunteers,
Yeah.
because that's what makes things go.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate you
I mean,
saying that.
I have a blast out there,
I'm making
and
everybody
it's
I
easy.
talk to say something about these volunteers.
They make the shows go.
Yep. My last guest was saying there's 4,000. Was it 3,000 volunteers that have to make this whole thing go off?
Yeah, I can
without a
believe
hitch.
it. I can believe it.
It's a lot. And back when you started in the BD what?
5J.
The BD5J, there's probably only maybe 10, 20 volunteers, right? Now it's 3,000 to make all this stuff happen.
They make it happen at all the shows.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it without them.
All right. Well, Corkey, look, we're kind of running out of time. Anything else you want to say? Is there a website you want to plug in for these guys? They can
Just go to LoPresti. You can go to LoPrestiFury.com to learn more about the Fury, and just LoPresti Aviation for all the products that LoPresti makes.
Cool. That's it? That's good?
I don't have anything.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what. Corkey Fornof, I appreciate you coming by.
Oh, my pleasure.
And
My
every
pleasure.
every time we watch a movie now, we're going to look at the credits and see if we can see your
Read
name.
them and go rent them. I can use the residuals.
It'll say Corkey Fornof in there, right?
Yes.
It's not going to say like
No.
Corkey's not like a
No, it'll say J.W. Corkey Fornof.
no, okay, because I was going to say,
Well,
please
if we
tell
had
me your
more
mom
time-
didn't name you
No,
Corkey.
if we had more time, I'd tell you where my name came from.
Well, I'll tell you what. How much time we got? Let me look at my. Oh, I got to wrap it up. Well, now
Well,
you get to come back.
that's
So whenever you get a chance, come on back
Obie
over.
graves me every year.
And we're going to come up with a 15-minute story about exactly how you came up with the name
Okay.
Corkey. Corkey Fornof, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you coming by.
My pleasure.
Guys, I'm Rich Tillery, and we're coming to you live here at Sun and Fun 2012. Right now, we're on the back of the Seaplane Pilot Association's veranda, according to him, and here at Lakeland Linder Airport 2012, Sun and Fun. I'm Rich Tillery. Guys, we'll see you.